And we are live. What up, players? Welcome to episode 146 of Player Life. It is Wednesday, the 21st of July here in Tokyo, Japan. Another very hot and humid night. Um, so other than that, all is very good here in Tokyo. Um, and today, I want to discuss the topic of no free attention. Um, basically, what gave me the idea was, today I was, doing my thing, getting, getting Instagrams, obviously, cold approaching. There was a girl I approached, I think it was last week, and, just a normal, regular approach, like I always do, in and out. And but she was one of the girls that said she had a boyfriend, but a lot of the time that's a shit test. Doesn't I don't really care about it. I still shoot for the Instagram. But so she gave me the Instagram, even though the funny thing is I saw her post it up. And I rolled up to her, introduced myself, some shit talk, whatever. And she said she's waiting. She said she's waiting for her boyfriend to go on a date. If that was the case, she should have immediately, just dismissed me. She shouldn't have given me the time of day, but she was receptive. She was, like I always say this: it doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter. Their words do not matter. Do not listen to what they say. Look, like how are they reacting? So that's why I really don't care when they tell me they have a boyfriend. It doesn't matter if they're being receptive, if they give positive body language. That's what matters. Girls are telling you the truth by how their body language, their facial expressions, the tone of their voice, all that is the truth. That's what the truth is. But so I shot for the Instagram, got the Instagram, bounced out, and obviously, in my opinion, if I had a girlfriend and she's doing that, that's cheating. She's already cheating. So you might as well go to full 9 yards. Like there's not really. Yeah, she's giving out her Instagram to random dudes that are approaching her. So I really don't give a it is what it is, and girls will continue to do that, and I'll continue to approach them. But that's just game. But I want to talk about one of her messages today. It was pretty funny. But let me check the chat first. Rishi in the house, what's good? Hope you're well. Spark 55, what's good, man? Gabriel E, what's good, bro? MK3504 says Mac Attack, what's good? Hope you're well, bro. What is good? Yes, so let me just share her message, but or part of her message. This is just giving you an example of the entitlement of chicks these days. Real mad hardcore entitlement. But yes, so here it is. So yeah, I'm no point in sharing the other. I basically asked her to meet, and she said, "Oh, I can't meet because I have a boyfriend." And then I sent her, demonstrate high value kind of like hot dude photo. It's just a selfie, kind of look good. So, so I said, sarcastically, but you already have a boyfriend better than me. Ne. Ne in Japanese means kind of like, isn't it? But anyway, so obviously I have no idea. Maybe your boyfriend is better than me. I've never met the guy. I don't care. But her response was hilarious, and but I'll read it anyway. So she says, I know, so obviously I asked her to meet, and she said, I can't meet because I have a boyfriend. But you're already giving out, your Instagram to random dudes, so you might as well meet. But anyway, she says, I know how men think. It won't work. It all won't go according to your plan. Wink, wink face. I really can't imagine wanting to have sex with anyone other than my boyfriend. I'm sorry. but I want you to buy clothes and stuff for me. This is hilarious. Oh my god, she has no idea who she's dealing with. But this just goes to the level of entitlement of hot chicks, like of chicks in general, but it's particularly hot chicks. God, like, yeah. Just let me repeat that. But I want you to buy clothes and stuff for me. Love heart. Oh, it's so funny. She's probably not even being sarcastic. Like that. That is the hilarious thing. Anyway, she says, I don't compare people. I think you're beautiful just the way you are. Wink face. But this is the kind of like, this just goes. There's probably there are guys, not probably. Like there's definitely guys out there that would simp for a girl like this. They would simp for her, and they'd buy her clothes, and they'd buy shit for her. They'd buy her, I don't know what. They're just gonna give her money. We all know about OnlyFans. Like we all know what that's about. Guys giving a lot of money to, girls posting nudes or whatever. Guys basically cucking themselves, being simps. And this girl probably maybe she's met guys. Maybe there's probably guys have done stuff like this for her, giving her free attention, taking her on dates, and this girl probably had no intention of ever sleeping with them. So, let's just reiterate what she's saying. I really can't imagine wanting to have sex with anyone other than my boyfriend. I'm sorry, but I want you to buy clothes and stuff for me. Wow, that is just insane. It's insane, but it's not surprising. It's not surprising. I mean, it's insulting for me. It's insulting to, for her to even think that I'm in the category of a guy that would even consider doing something like that. That is just funny shit. My strategy, when a girl does something like this, I just unfollow them immediately. I don't even block them. I don't unblock them because I want them to see what they're going to miss out on. Like, and plus, if you've to be quite honest, if you're using Instagram, to source chicks, like, obviously the more chicks that follow you, that gives you more, credit or social points. Girls want to get with guys that other girls want to fuck and other guys want to be. So, I mean, if there's a bunch of hot girls following you, that demonstrates high value. Plus I don't get emotional over these things. Guys that get emotional, kind of, block, oh fuck you, bitch. Like, I'm not gonna say this, but I don't get emotional. I completely detach emotion from it because, when you start getting emotional, oh my god, how dare you think that, how dare you think that I'm gonna buy you stuff like, for no reason. What's that gonna do? It's at least I'm gonna use her for free whatever pre-selection or whatever, just have her as a follower, let her see that, she's missing out, posting DHV photos and whatnot. The thing is, like, even if she ever did come around, if she ever comes around, she's permanently, there's no way I'll meet this chick, like, for like, I barely even girls that play ball, like, I don't take girls, even girls that play ball, I don't take them for dinner because it doesn't make a difference. Like, occasionally, I'll do it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to take a girl on a dinner date because it doesn't make a difference. It's like, you might as well just, do a drinks date, coffee date, and if it's not going to be in your area, like I always say, the chances of banging are a lot less. So yeah, it's just it is funny, but women think like this, And Know Your Word says, yo, what's up, degenerates? What is good, man? Hope you're well. Yeah, so there's guys out there that would absolutely go out of their way to give this girl free money, or buy her clothes, or um, without any hope of ever smashing. And what's one of the frustrating, one of the funny, I don't even, I guess it's frustrating, but one of the things that is this like cat and mouse game that men and women play, that I don't engage in, but like the idea that men have to pretend that they don't want sex, like the only reason us as men are approaching women, uh, the only reason we're approaching is because we want to get laid. But at the same time, we have to pretend that we don't, like, we want, we want to go on dates, and we want to, like, no, it's like we don't. There is no emotion. We don't need any emotional connection to want to smash, and we do want to smash. And so it's the idea of like giving a girl free attention. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, when you're giving a girl free attention, you're there's no denying it. You're a beta orbiter. That's what you are. You're like a beta male that's orbiting her in the hope that you're going to get laid, like in the hope that she's eventually going to come around to you. And yeah, it's like, you cannot negotiate desire, as I think Rollo Tomasi says. It cannot be negotiated. And another thing, I think MLD says it, time kills all deals. Like, so if a girl isn't like, isn't going to be smashing, like, if it's going to be this effort, if it's going to be, the longer it goes on, the less chance of anything happening. And at the end of the day, it's a lot. If you have to wait that long, a lot of the time the juice isn't going to be worth the squeeze, or it's going to be transactional. She's not going to be that passionate about it. Most of the time, 9 out of 10 times when I'm smashing a girl, it's like boom, boom, boom. It's like it happens quite quickly. These girls that say, "Oh, I'm busy next week. I have 2 weeks. So after 3 weeks, so I'm busy for the next 4 weeks." It's like, these girls are full of shit, and you need to cut out the free attention. You need to like cut it off, because the only time you should be messaging girls that you're trying to meet up with and you're trying to smash is when you're trying to logistically arrange the date. And I think it was in the last episode I talked about, there's a limit to that as well. Like, there's a limit. You shoot your shot only a certain amount of times. You shoot your shot. So, we know about the 3-strike rule for dates. You take a girl maximum 3 times on a date. And after that, she's permanently relegated to Netflix and chill. If you haven't smashed her by the 3rd date, like, you don't meet her, even if it's 2 minutes away from your apartment, you don't meet her for a coffee if it's after 3 dates. You just don't. You're just like, no, we're doing the Netflix and chill, and that's it. Because things drag out that long, it's just not going to be worth it, and you're wasting time. But it's the same for giving girls online attention. You don't give them free attention. I would go by the 3-strike rule for invitations as well. You invite a girl 3 times maximum on a date. First strike, you invite her out, you invite her for a date. She makes an excuse. She says, "Oh, sorry, I'm doing this, that, and the other that day." Then you might put her on ice for a week. I highly suggest you do put her on ice for a week. You could say, "Oh, when are you free?" But almost might be better, if you just say, "Okay, maybe some other time." Hit her up 7 to 10 days later. You invite her again. But obviously, goes without saying, you're obviously messaging other chicks as well. You're not relying on one chick. You're obviously sourcing other chicks, and you're obviously messaging other chicks, trying to, this is what you have to. This is what you do when you're living a player lifestyle. This is what you have to do when you're smashing multiple chicks and you're banging new chicks. And even when you're very clinical about it and very, strategic. It is, there is a certain amount of patience required. There'll always be a certain amount of patience that is necessary dealing with women. There's no doubt about it. Like you just need a certain amount of patience. But yeah, so after a week to 10 days, you shoot your second shot. She makes another excuse. Highly unlikely that anything's going to happen. And so even then you can again you put her on ice and you shoot your last shot. And after that, if there's no results after 3 invitations, especially if you've them on Instagram, I wouldn't even say block them. A lot of guys will like block them, oh bitch, like fuck you, like bitch, and get all emotional about it. I would say just unfollow them, just straight up unfollow them. That's it. And they can follow you if they want. If not, whatever, just be sourcing other women. But it is kind of satisfying. It is very satisfying to get revenge on not only to get revenge on anyone is can be satisfying, to be honest, but let them see what they're missing out on. Become better as a man, become higher value, become hotter dude, become better in every way possible. Let them see what they're missing out on, and at the same time, even if they do, they might. I've had girls that have rejected me in the past, and they'll say, "Oh, I'm free." They hit me up. They start like reacting to stories or whatever, and they kind of make it obvious that they want to meet, but you just don't give them that attention. Like, and if they suggest to meet, if they hit you up asking you to meet, and they say, oh, I'm in this such and such a spot, are you around? That can happen. And you say, oh well, I mean, you can come here if you want. I mean, you can come to my place. It's like that's the only option left to them, because you don't think these chicks were smashing, like when they were rejecting you. You think these chicks weren't smashing? They were, absolutely were, and that's the hilarious thing. They were smashing, like they were hooking up with other dudes. They've been, yeah, it's just funny how chicks think that they're entitled to a man's free attention, and they think that they are. And they have a big problem when a guy, expects sex for giving them that free attention. And if they, if a guy's, has a, tells them that, they want to hook up or they want to get laid, and the girl will be like, oh, you're not entitled to my body. And it's like, yeah, we're not entitled, but you're also not entitled to my free time. And this was, I saw a replay of Fresh and Fit podcast where this kind of topic came up. And let me just share the screen. And they were discussing this similar topic. So yeah, redhead girl tried to pull a misogyny card on us. Okay, let me check. Yeah, play a bit of this. This was interesting episode, but the conversation went round and round, and they just don't get it. Like they just don't get it. They're not interested in facts. They're not interested in logic. You honestly, it's like talking to a brick wall, because they're never going to change their opinion. They're never going to listen to logic. All of this chick on the left here was particularly, I mean, she was the main one arguing, but they all agree with her, even though they were less vocal about it. It's just the female imperative. Like they're never going to come round to kind of understanding logic and reason and just facts, so I'll just play a bit of it.
You don't have to take it. Why should there be consequences if I don't want to sleep with you?
If you don't want to sleep with me, why should I continue to give you attention? You're not entitled to my time or my attention.
Okay, so basically, this chick really doesn't understand the meaning of consequences. I think she, I think she seems to think that the word consequences means like violence or something. I mean, consequences just means there's going to be a reaction to something that you do. Like there's a consequence to everything you do. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's anything. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's violent or anything. But there's a consequence to a girl like wasting your time and the consequence of a girl wasting your time is that you dust your hand. You're just done with her. Like you just move on to the next one. But this girl seems to think. I actually think she just literally doesn't understand what the meaning of consequence means.
That's the problem. So women are not entitled. I'm going to say that again. Women are not entitled to a man's time, attention, and resources if she does not want to reciprocate on her end and give him sexual access.
So women seem to think that they are entitled to a man's free attention and resources, and I can prove that again by showing the message I got today. So just for the viewers that haven't seen it already, this girl that I sourced her, I approached her, cold approached her, got her Instagram. She tells me she's a boyfriend. It doesn't really matter. She still gave me her Instagram, but I asked her to link up for a coffee. She said she can't because she has a boyfriend, but and then this was her response. I know how men think. It all won't go according to your plan. Winky emoji. I really can't imagine wanting to have sex with anyone other than my boyfriend. I'm sorry, but I want you to buy clothes and stuff for me. Love heart. I don't compare people. I think you're beautiful just the way you are. Very condescending little finish here. But so she feels fucking entitled to my time and resources, even though she's not going to put out. It's hilarious. It's unbelievable. But the reason women think like this is because she probably has gotten free time, attention, resources from men that she's never slept with. And notice the way she says, but I want you to buy clothes and stuff for me. Hilarious, man. It's hilarious. But honestly, like, I'm the exception to the rule because, like, most guys are simps. Most guys are blue pilled. Most guys are like, oh, there's a chance. Oh, if I buy her stuff and go on dates with her or like hang out with her, eventually I might hook up with her. And it's like, it's not gonna, first of all, I'm never gonna ever like do something like that. I'm never gonna, I'm not even gonna give a chick free attention, let alone buy her stuff or oh man, like, but these women feel so entitled to it. They think, and then once you say, oh, but if I'm going to give you time and my time and my money and resources, like, of course, I'd like to have sex with you. You know what I mean? Even though you don't even want it to be like that because that's transactional. But I mean, the only reason us as men are going on dates with women is because at the end of the day we want to smash. That's a fact, and I hate. It's just this whole bullshit that to pretend that that's not what it's about. I need to get to know you first. I need to know what your favorite color is, and it's like, there's no connection. It's like, I don't even need to know a chick's name to want to smash. I look at her physically, she's hot, I want to smash. Like But this whole idea that women think, oh, they can just like string guys along for 5 or 6 dates, just like use them, who knows how long, maybe even longer. And when a guy expects to have sex, they get all like, oh, you're a misogynist, and oh, you're dangerous, oh, you're grapey, they start using all these like heavy insults, and it's like, yeah, it's crazy. But I'll share the video again.
Who are not entitled to it. And for a man to exert boundaries and say, listen, you got to get out, and or call another woman in front of her, it doesn't matter. You no longer want to give what the man wants. He's within his right to kick you out any way he sees fit, just like you are within your right to withhold sex from him.
Like you just said there should be consequences if
Again, this woman doesn't understand the meaning of consequences.
Woman doesn't want to sleep with you.
Look how condescending she is, and just how annoying. I mean, yes, the consequence. It doesn't mean that there's going to be like violence or anything bad is going to happen to chick. It means that the consequence is that she gets kicked to the curb. She stops getting free attention. She gets thrown out. That's the consequence. It's not like consequences as in she's going to be attacked or assaulted or anything bad like that. It's like this chick just doesn't understand the meaning of consequence, and she's just a bit of an idiot.
That
yes,
is so troubling. Like,
how's that troubling?
Is just, you don't see how that's weird? Like, that's just weird.
This is weird. So
okay for you to have multiple dates with a guy.
Consequences?
Hold on. It's okay for you to go on multiple dates with a guy, right? Pimp everything, and you never sleep with him. That's okay too, right?
Wait, I'm sorry. Is he entitled to having sex with me just because he takes me on dates?
No, I'm saying if you go multiple dates.
And it's not even that these guys are saying that there's like, you're never entitled to sex, but it's obviously you expect it, you want it, and the consequence is if a girl is like going to waste your time. That's why you have the three strikes. The only reason us as men are going on dates with women is because we want to smash. At the end of the day, we want to smash. That's why we're going on dates. That's why we're spending time with them. And it's not to say you can't enjoy the time. Also, you can't you can have fun. I mean, you can enjoy speaking with, if the girl is sweet and feminine, cooperative, you can have a good time. But still, at the end of the day, you want to smash. Like, you're not there just to be like, oh, just like, not because you're not there on a date because you're lonely and you're like, well, some guys probably are, some fucking, but really, like, even the fucking lonely dudes, they're on dates because they want to, at the end of the day, after having a date or whatever, they want to fucking smash. Like, they're not just doing it like for for no reason, just to be friends. Even though some beta simps might pretend that, but
dates with a guy, right?
Yeah.
And you feel like, you know what? I don't want to give him sex. That's okay, right?
I think you should do whatever you want to do on guys, and like sexually, if you don't want to have sex with a man after 5 dates, you don't have to.
Perfect. So if he wants to call a girl in front of you, that's his prerogative, right?
Of course. I'm just saying he was saying to do that as a consequence because that's
shame.
Yeah, to shame a woman.
Well,
it's because you're not having sex with me, I'm gonna call someone and make you feel some type of way.
Yes, because the consequence is him calling.
And it is insulting. I mean, trust me, it is. Like, if you take a girl on 5 dates, and she ends up coming back to your place, and after clearly, obviously, you're dating a girl 5 times, and then she just you make your move. Honestly, if you're only making a move after 5 dates, you need to do some work. You're not doing it right. You should be trying to smash on the first date, but some guys aren't red pill aware, but and they've no game. So if after all that the girl has wasted your time, money, resources, because obviously guys they're probably 99% of the time they're going to have paid for all those dates. They're going to have spent that time, and a lot of guys are blue pill and beta, so they might have only invested in that one chick. They might not have been sourcing other chicks because they think, oh, my ship's going to sail in, I'm dating this chick, I'm eventually going to smash her. And then the chick after 5 dates is like, you know what, actually, I just want to be friends, you know, and that's like, that's fine, you know, that's like, that's fine. Okay, I'm not entitled to your body, I'm not entitled to sex, but you need to get the fuck out. Like, you need to get the fuck out of my house, because you know, I've put in a good amount of time with you. You know, we're pretty much done here. I'm not really interested in spending any more time with you. Like, like, get the fuck out. I'm gonna call another chick, because I have needs. And the reason I spent, like, you know, 5 dates, you know, over, you know, how long will 5 dates take? At least a month, you know. You know, you're not going to be meeting, like, you know, twice a week for dates and shit, you know, unlikely. So, you know, it's like a chunk of time, like that's 1/12 of a year that a lot of guys like will invest in a chick. They'll think, oh, it's going to work out, you know, she keeps on meeting me. But yeah, at the end of the day, the girl, you know, was, a lot of girls just use guys. And the hilarious thing is, a lot of girls that do that they're smashing other guys at the same time. Because women in this era, women are having sex as much as they ever were. You know, I think it's slightly higher than they ever. It's like all women are having sex. It's men that are not having sex. Men are the ones getting pimped out, getting fucked over. You know, they're the ones getting used and abused, kind of thing. But women are playing the victim cards. Women are playing, oh, misogyny, oh, you know, and it's like, you know, it's women have no idea actually how hard it is for men to get laid, like the average man. They have no idea, and it's really funny when women go around saying, "Oh, men can equally go around, you know, sleeping with women just as easily as women can sleep with men," and it's just a fucking bullshit lie. It's not true. It's not. Men and women are not equal. We're not the same. You know, we're not the same in any way. I don't even like when Jordan Peterson says, you know, he says men and women we're more similar than we are different. I don't even like that, because I don't see it. Like, you know, we're both human. We're the same species, but like, we're very different. I don't even agree with the statement that Jordan Peterson, you know, Jordan Peterson kind of blue pilled in a lot of ways. You know, I don't think Jordan Peterson's red pill, but yeah, it's just funny when he says that, and it's observably not true, especially in the sexual marketplace. Like, we're so different, like we're so extremely different. But yeah,
I'm a girl, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the same thing as a girl, you know, punching a guy from not having sex.
Punching a guy?
No, punishing.
Oh, punishing a guy?
The point is that it's okay for women to withhold sex from men with zero consequence, but it's not okay to kick out girls and or hold them to some kind of consequence when they don't want to give sex.
You can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
I just think that in the video that I'm talking about, you guys are saying it in a very disrespectful way, saying that there should, and like you just said, there should be consequence.
Yeah. So this again, like, women are in their feelings, in their emotions. It's like, oh, it's the way you said it. It's how you said it. It's like, and it's yeah. She just doesn't actually understand. She has a real problem with the word consequences. I think she associates the word with violence or something like bad, but like, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that at all. It means, like, the consequence is that you don't get access to any more of the man's free time or money or resources. You just like ghost them. You get rid of them completely, because what else is there to do? I mean, it'll just build resentment. It'll just make the guy, you know, it's not going to be good for anyone. If the guy wants to smash and the girl isn't going to let it happen, then there's nothing else that needs to happen. And honestly, if a girl has wasted your time for like 5 weeks, you know, that's pretty shit of her to do. That's a shit thing for her to do. She's entitled to do it. She can do it, you know. But at the same time, you can also call up another chick and say, yo, what are you doing tonight? In front of that girl, as a punishment, as like, you know, you wasted my fucking time for like 5 weeks. Okay. You know, and you can just like, yo, what are you doing tonight? You want to come over? And then, you know, and the thing is, you know, the funny thing is, girls, when they, you know, they'll have that competition anxiety, because we all know girls want to get with guys that other women want to fuck and other guys want to be. I mean, I've seen, like, it's happened to me plenty of times where, you know, I've told this story before, but the one that stands out the most in like was when you know, I was in college. There was this girl I used to hit on, and yeah, she never gave me the time of day. I probably, back then I was definitely blue pilled. I was not red pilled in any way, but you know, I hit on her at least 3 times, like probably more. She was really hot, but I remember one time there was a party on in the college, and I was hooking up with this other girl who wasn't as hot, but she was all right. And the girl that I used to hit on saw me do it. And I remember we were standing. I was literally making out with the girl, and I opened my eyes, and behind, like from across the room, it was kind of creepy, but it was kind of hot too. But she was kind of staring at me. And when I opened my eyes, like she locked eyes with me literally while I'm in the middle of making out with this chick, and she had this like naughty grin on her face. And yeah, I ended up smashing, you know, the girl that I used to hit on that night, because, you know, I obviously wanted to smash the hotter chick. But yeah, it's just that thing where they're like, you know, if they know that you're getting, you know, gonna hook up with another chick, they're gonna be like, they're gonna get jealous and they're gonna want a bit too, you know. But yeah, these chicks just don't like to admit the truth, the reality, like, of how it is for men, you know. And like this whole thing that we have to pretend that, like, you know, to pretend we're on dates, just like, you know, just for the fun of it. It's like, no, we're like, the reason we're approaching, the reason when we see women, it's like we're like sexually attracted to them. That's what's, you know, that's why looks are extremely important for women, because that's what makes us attracted to them. We're not thinking, oh, like, I wonder, like, what her personality is like. I wonder how, you know, I wonder what sports she plays. Like, it's like, what the fuck? I wonder what job she does. I wonder, you know, no, we don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, it's not to say that personality isn't important. Like but that is like, you know, when it comes to hooking up and you know, sex and all that, personality is like, yeah, obviously you want them to have a good personality, but it's not necessary for them to have a great personality. If you're just looking to smash, you know, we don't need any emotional connection. We don't need any of that. And just all this, like, yeah, just all the lies that we've to pretend. It's just annoying. David Peter in the house, what's good, brother? Gabriel E says that chick was delusional, absolutely delusional, obnoxious, annoying. What annoyed me about her was the fact that she was so pretending to be so, you know, that meme, what's that meme? You know, the meme where it's like, you know, the mask meme where it's like the enraged NPC face and they have this smiley mask. She reminded me of that. Like, because you could tell that she was enraged and upset under that sweet, you know, fake, sweet, innocent face. That was like the mask she was wearing, but she was enraged. She was bitter. She was like hateful under that, because she was like getting told the truth, and she hated the truth. She hated it because she was like, you know, she's so used to getting pampered and getting simped on, and you know, all these you know, just constantly getting, you know, nice guys, just use it. She's probably used so many nice guys, and at the same time, like, gotten dicked down by so many chads. But who knows, really? But that's what that chick reminded me of. That, like, that meme, you know, the NPC enraged, crying face, but with the fake mask smile. Spark55 says this chick is intimately known by half the yacht owners in Miami. Typical of 304. Where are you getting your information from? But I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. She, like, you know, Wouldn't doubt it at all. Spark 55 says, seems as if she has trauma and chick was definitely ran through. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I run into them all the time in Tokyo, all the time. Like the Gaijin hunters. That's one of the reasons I don't engage so much in nightlife. I do it occasionally because it's fun. I like the immediacy of it. I like the immediacy of like you can escalate kind of quickly, and you can't really do that other in like day game. You know, you can escalate, and obviously in a club you can escalate quite a lot. You know, grab, you know, with chicks, you know, but and you can obviously get, you know, higher chance of you know, getting laid on the same night and whatnot. But yeah, you just the places, I don't know, just the clubs and stuff in Tokyo, it tends to attract certain types of let's say regulars, and it's like they've all been ran through and they're all trying to pretend to be like good girls, and it's like, shut the fuck up. Like yeah, it's just like some of these girls have insane notch counts, and then they go around playing hard to get because they get jaded. That's why you know, if you go to, that's why in Japan it's very much it's hugely beneficial to be able to speak Japanese. It's like, it's real fucking, you can't imagine, because you open yourself up to like every Japanese girl. Like you know, you could potentially hook up with any Japanese girl if your game was fire enough, and you know, but when you can't speak Japanese, you're restricted to Gaijin hunters, and unless you're getting them right at the start, which is unlikely, you're going to be getting with a girl that is like has been ran through hardcore, and you would not believe, some of these girls look so innocent, they look sweet and feminine. There can be, I've said before that Gaijin hunters are usually, they're not as hot, but there can be some hot Gaijin hunters. And for anyone who doesn't know, Gaijin hunter is Gaijin means foreigner hunter. Japanese girls that really like foreign guys. And contrary to popular belief, of as I've said many times before, it's a very small percentage of Japanese girls. But yeah, these chicks are they have incredibly high notch counts. Oh man, I heard a story just the other, yeah, let's just say that, yeah, some of these chicks have mad high notch counts. And what's shocking is a lot of these chicks these days, what's happening is, I've noticed in the past, you know, things are getting kind of like, when I was in my early 20s and when I used to you know, date chicks or whatever, I don't know if it was just the chicks I was meeting, but they would guard their notch count. Like they would never admit to what their actual notch count is. But these days, I don't know if but you know, chicks are way more open about their notch count. Like they're open about it. They're open about their sex life. They're and it's amazing, because it's at the same time they're talking shit like this redhead chick, you know, just constantly not understanding like what the male prerogative is, you know, they're, and you know, at the same time they'll be saying like, oh, you know, I can go on dates with a guy, and I can, you know, he can buy me dinner because that's his choice, and you know, he can do that, and but I don't have to sleep with him. And then in the next sentence they'll say, oh yeah, but I've hooked up with like, you know, 150 guys. You know, I'm not saying she said that, but I'm starting to hear girls being more open about their notch count. And there's ways actually in which you can you know, I've talked before about how you can actually get the truth out of girls. You know, there's some girls will initially, if they see you as boyfriend material, they will guard the truth. Like they'll guard the notch count, they'll deny it, as long as they see you as potentially boyfriend material, they won't admit. But as soon as you kind of let them know that you're kind of a player, and if you tell them, if you open up about, if they kind of realize that you're not boyfriend material, typically this happens after you smash, right? And they start, maybe you let the cat out of the bag, and this is when girls can open up and tell you, the truth. So I've had girls in the past where they'll say, oh yeah, I haven't had sex in like 4 months. It was the last time I had sex was with my ex-boyfriend, and I haven't met any guys since. And it's hilarious because some of these guys, you'd have met them from dating apps, and then as soon as you smash, then I just I basically don't care. I'm kind of as MLD was saying yesterday, I'm like catch and release. I'm not interested that much in retention. I'm really not, because I have such an abundance mindset. I enjoy variety. I enjoy, if I like a girl, she can stay around for a while, and but I don't want to get emotionally attached. I don't really allow myself to. But yeah, one of the ways not to get emotionally attached is to find out the truth about her sexual past. And one of the ways I do that is by kind of opening up about my life, my player life. And a lot of guys say, oh, you should never do that. Oh, that's gonna cost you. And it's like, oh, she's gonna bounce. And it's like, okay, if she bounces, she bounces. I don't care. I'm literally interested in variety. Like that's my thing. But the girls that do stay, they're the ones that the sex is the best with, is top notch, because it's the most degenerate, like hentai hot sex, passionate hot sex that you can imagine. It's the girls that are easily put off. It's like, okay, you can go, whatever. I don't really care. Wade Emery in the house. What's up, brother? What's good? Yeah. So by the way, yeah, like as I was saying, if you want to get the truth out of the girl, you open up about, about your sex life, and then the girl will start telling you about, obviously, you need to actually have a proper sex life to be able to, kind of talk like that. You're obviously not going to lie. You could lie and you could say, oh, I smashed a girl last week, and you might not have smashed a girl for the past year or months or whatever. But as soon as you say that, and she'll get jealous, and she'll be like, oh, okay, actually, yeah, the last time. So I'll say, oh, so when was the last time you hooked up? After I tell them, oh, I smashed last week. And then she'd be like, oh, what? Oh, you smashed last week? Oh. And then she'd be kind of shocked that, because she's not used to having guys be so honest. And then she'll come with the truth. She'll say, oh, okay, I hooked up with this guy, like, who knows? It could have been like last week. But yeah, my point is they'll keep the truth with them as long as they see you as boyfriend material. But what I've noticed, what's happening these days is girls are, regardless of whether they see you as boyfriend material or not, they're kind of opening up about their sexual history or their promiscuousness. I've heard stories. I've heard stories about it. I've from my own life. But yeah, it's just it's wild. And don't be fooled by a girl's appearance. Sometimes girls might look innocent, but they could have the most degenerate sexual past. Yeah, and if you're gonna be, obviously, the more sexual partners a girl has, the less likely it is that she's going to be able to remain loyal to you, if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for a girl to remain loyal to you, if you're looking to have a relationship with a girl, if she's had a lot of guys, and you're going to be expecting her to, not, if you're going to be expecting her to be monogamous and not cheat, You know, I don't know. You might be setting yourself up for a fall. The Spice Coin says, I would an episode. I think you mean I would like an episode where you go over your workout routine in detail. Your Instagram pic is fire. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Could go over my workout routine. Talk about it. I'll consider that. Thank you for your suggestion. That might be interesting for anyone interested in calisthenics, basically body weight exercises. That's pretty much what I do. Getting some good results out of it, that's for sure. And yeah, and it definitely helps out getting jacked. Yeah, it's kind of very red pilling when you start getting getting a good shape. You'll start to get some IOIs from chicks walking by and whatnot. It's nice. It's nice. It makes things easier. I was just thinking today, you know, how, you know, I hooked up with a chick last night, and honestly, she's so fucking hot. Honestly, I was just thinking to myself, I wouldn't have had a chance with this chick when I was her age. She's 21 years old. She's like a Japanese beauty queen. She is seriously fucking sexy. And yeah, I was just realizing, like, when I was 21 years old, this girl probably would have like totally iced me out of it. If I rolled up to this chick when I was 21 years old, I just wouldn't. Yeah, I was just totally. I had no experience with game when I was 21. And she would have, you know, when I rolled up to her, she would have smelt it off me, and she would have probably just iced me out of it, probably just completely ignored me. But I'm just so much higher value now than I was when I was, when I was 21 years old. So chicks basically treat you according to how high value they perceive you, or how hot they perceive you to be. So a chick might be a bitch to you or to another guy, but to a guy that she sees as hot, she could be real sweet and feminine, you know? So that's the crazy thing. That is the crazy thing. It's like the higher value you become, the hotter you become as a dude. You know, money muscles game, like the sweeter and feminine women are going to be to you. And that's kind of a cold, hard truth. It's like, holy shit, this is like wild. Like, you know, I'm able to hook up with chicks now that are so much hot, like, you know, some of them seriously hot, and I just know I wouldn't have been able to do that when I was younger, because I was not RP aware. You know, I didn't have game, and that, you know, I didn't, you know, that was it. But now things have changed, and it's definitely a good time. It's definitely a good time. So good. I mean, God, there is nothing better than, you know, being in bed with a girl that you think is a 10. Now, the reason I say you think is because it is subjective. When it gets to that upper level, like, it is kind of subjective. But I can honestly say the girl I hooked up with last night, I honestly think she was my 10. She was a 10 for me. I like, she ticked every box, like physically, and she was pretty sweet too. She was pretty sweet and feminine. But yeah, there's literally, it's like sometimes, like, damn, it's like when you're in the act of smashing a girl like that, it's like and like there's some seriously good chemistry. When they physically tick the box and there's sexual chemistry, it's like, oh my fucking God, I have died and gone to heaven. This is like insane. You know, it's like insane. You know, I say sex is not everything about life, but holy shit, you can go to heaven. You can go to heaven on earth. I think I've always thought that anyway. I think heaven and hell exist on earth. I don't believe in an afterlife. I'm not religious. I think this world has a mixture of heaven. There's parts of this world that are like hell. Like, you can create your own hell. You can create your own heaven. it all exists on Earth. We all like there's heaven and hell literally on Earth. You can live in hell or you can live in heaven, or you can experience both. Or you can live in hell and then you can come out of it and go into heaven. It's all made up by humans. But yeah, crazy shit. Last night, definitely went to heaven. It was a good time. But yeah, so I don't know, guys. Yeah, no free attention, guys. Just like time is our most valuable resource. Like I said, I don't believe in heaven and hell. Like this is like we got, this is the one life we have. We gotta enjoy it. And that's why it's like when these women think that they can just like waste their time, and you think that they can just like and we all know, like I said, we all know that we're going to be paying for the whatever, we're going to be paying for the dinner or whatever. And I would actually say to guys, if the date goes really badly, like if you really know that like this girl, if you have a really terrible date and you know by the end of the date that it's you're definitely not going to smash, I would say don't pay for her. I would just say don't. I would say split the bill, because sometimes you just don't want to give them that. If you go on a date and the girl has just been really obnoxious and made it really difficult and has not been enjoyable to talk to, why would you pay for them? Like, and you know that they're good. And sometimes they already, like, it's particularly if they already let you know that they're not going to come back to your place, because sometimes they'll say halfway through the date, not only are you having a bad date and you're not enjoying their company, but they'll let you know that, oh, I'm meeting a friend, in 30 minutes. So in that case, I would say like fuck them, like like split the bill. We say like betsu in Japan, like split that bill. If the date went well and you're hoping to smash, obviously pay, like obviously. But sometimes I would just say no free attention, like if you had a bad time with them and they didn't play ball and you didn't, why would you pay for them? Like, what's the point? But yeah, but on the other hand, if you had a good time and you're trying to smash, yeah, whatever, pay for it. It's not gonna break the bank. But yeah, like I always say, you shouldn't be rewarding chicks with like fancy dinners before you have smashed anyway. And women have created this environment. Like women, this is like as a result of womanism. This is what it's come to. Like, not they're not even getting wined and dined by players anymore. Because we know the deal. Like we know what's up. Like it's been the cat's out of the bag. It's like why would you? And this is what they voted for. This is what they want. So you're either winning or losing. That's era we're living in. You're either a winner or you're a loser. And unfortunately, there's a lot of guys that are on the losing side. The vast majority of guys are on the losing side, and then guys like me on the winning side, because we acknowledge reality. We learn from reality. We understand female nature, and we understand what is actually the truth. Elta said, "Redheads beware." Yeah, I've a redheads can either be really hot or really ugly. I would say, although that redhead's really fucking obnoxious and annoying, she is hot. I don't know what her body looks like. I don't know. I can't see her. I can't rate her fully because I can't see her, but she appears to be hot. I don't know, but yeah, she's the most obnoxious. I won't say what I think of her, but that. Let me see. I'll show you that. Smiling. I want to show you what I mean by the meme. What she reminds me of. Da, 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 da. Yeah, this one right here. Okay. This was okay. This was her. This is what she reminded me of. This was her through all that episode, pretending to be all like, "Oh, I'm chill. Oh, just listen to my opinion. Oh, I'm just like, oh, you're being such a misogynist. Oh, you're so creepy. You're so creepy because you're saying the consequence." And meanwhile, she's like furiously angry behind it. She's just like, oh, fucking, like, you're not listening to my, like, you're not listening, you're not blue pill. Oh, she's like, that's what she was like. It's just like pure anger, but behind that little, pretending to be all sweet and feminine and be like, oh, someone save me. Oh, someone's contradicting my opinion. This has never happened before. It's like, all right. Yeah. But, it is what it is. Yeah, guys, probably going to cut it there. As usual, like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links in the description. If you want to send a donation, support the channel, feel free to do so. Helps me out. And I'll be back on Thursday night, 9 p.m. Central Time for another episode of Player Life. So remember, no free attention, guys. Just, value your time. Time is the most valuable resource. So, yeah, guys, have a good one. Peace out. Bye-bye.